Hello guys, ikamalamdung ikona gogo behind. Keep moving that way too. Please kindly subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm also on Facebook, TikTok. Keep moving that way to that's the name of my blog. Decided when I video guys, I know I'm always lazy up on YouTube. Oh shame. But can decided when I left video because there's this lady who inboxed me, I think like weeks ago or something. She was very anxious, or let me say nervous, because she is a mother, a single mother. At first, after she gave birth, she allowed the paternal family to look after umntwana so that she can finish her studies and and start working. I think the situation is like that. And then she finally asked back for custody umntwana because now she's done with the studies and stuff. Okay, fine, the family understood, but fine, you can take the baby and start raising your child. So she said to me, this child is now 3 years old or 4 years and stuff. She was very panicking, Shem, in the inbox saying, Ikona, please just kindly advise, what can I do to be a good mother? What if I fail this child? Can you just give me the basics of what you always do, on daily basis for Uzimi, because you look like this happy nuclear minor family, whatever. You look so okay with your child and you seem to manage this whole thing, the blog, your work, and then parenting at the same time. Well guys, yes, to say I think it's safe to say ayikho manual of being a good parent. I think you can just take things as they come, number one, and secondly, definitely you can also relate from your childhood. How was everything during your childhood? Are there any things that you feel like you're not so satisfied ngazo? Do you feel like there are things that you experienced in your childhood and you feel like, you know what, in my next generation, from me ukuya phambili, this ndiyayikhatha, this ndiyayihlukanisa, no, it's not part of me, you understand? So it's also part of that. Your common sense, yes, of course, but you won't always know, guys, every now and again about what to do and know what to do. Okay, let's say now you're a new mom. Maybe you are pregnant, you're giving birth. In the next week to come, or weeks to come, months to come, you're sort of having these questions. Oh my God, I wonder, am I going to be do it? Am I going to be able to do it? And like, what's to do from the start? So, guys, number one, take things as they come, whether you're a single mother or you are married. You must understand, you are an emotional being now, and it. Kids too, they are emotional beings. But kids are so annoying. Umntwana guys, abantwana bayadika abantwana. Andifuna ukuthi ngobana ukutheni what abantwana bayadika. I realized before I had umntwana oh God, kids are so annoying. But even after I've given birth, it proved no, I was not saying that nonsense because me, I don't have a child. Even my own child is annoying. So please be prepared. Kids are very annoying. Kids will ask questions. Kids will ask not just any questions, but annoying questions. Kids will just do things that are annoying repeatedly. Now you are about to mama, when you're about to start staying with this child. Now you don't even know how it feels to be a parent. You don't even know how it feels to have a responsibility, because your responsibility then, it was just a responsibility at an arm's length. You just tumela the money, bamtengele, and then you die. Now one thing you might know, guys, once ubangu mama, it means ufanele uvisise into okubana lo mntwana usezandleni zakho. Lo mntwana is gonna be your responsibility, like every day. You understand? Even abanye mama babe nalento ebizwa nge-postnatal depression. You understand? Because after that, yes, uyazazi bekade pregnant, yes, uyayazi into obana no, ndilindele umntwana, yes, ndingumama, but khona izinto eziya uzidigeste as ixesha lisondela, as now you approach these days of delivery, as now lo mntwana selapha nywe ukhale ngayeke. Now many other things, they start to sink in ukuthi oh my God, so lo mntwana akazuthula ifa kathuliswanga ndim. Oh my God, so lo mntwana akazuthula ifa ndimncancisanga, ifa ndimkisanga. Oh my God, so lo mntwana ngokunako uzosebenza zonke ezipampers and then I have to be the one buying these diapers. Really, like zininzi izinto ekufuneka uziginye and digest. Your life will never be the same again. Well, in a good way, let me say so. And maybe partially nyana, sort of i-disadvantage nyana ngohlobo lokubana izinto that you used to do before, doing things without thinking, spending money without thinking, without planning, just going out nje vuka uhlamba ungene eshaweni and go chill with your friends nje kanjalo phinde zenzeke ezo zinto just like that without you planning. So now, meaning now when you're a mother, yonke into oyenzayo you must do it because you have planned. Uyayenza i-movement ozoyenza because you have to first plan who is going to be with this child when I go out. Okay, now I want this, I want the ring light, I want inwele. Oh my God, looking at a budget yam for the child's needs, am I going to be able to do this all at once? Or maybe ngizothenga inwele after that, or maybe I have to save for inwele. Do you understand? Trust me, when it comes to needs zomntwana, when the child is here, there's no time for planning. You just have to do. That's why you should always plan before falling pregnant, because when the child is here, there's no time for planning. Okay, let me save for that. Jonga, formula, milk is needed now. But pampasi, they are needed now because this girl is just peeing all the day, is pooping every day. So it means each and every moment is the bye-bye, is the spend. You understand? Okay, guys, let's go back there. Understand this person, obvious, she's about to get to know umthetho wakho, because mhlambe phane bekade spoilisha mhlambe senze izinto in a certain way. Now you're going to be a mother, they're going to be the things that you feel like she has been staying there for a long time, and he has been staying there for a long time. This is umkhwa esewuqhelile because ukhuliswe ngalandlela in the past 2 years. Now ngoba ngoku wena uzomthatha ukusuka apha uye phambili, what are the things that you feel like you need to polish or maybe uzichinje ngendlela ezithile? So just know that you don't have to be hard on yourself. You're not a perfect human being, and parenting doesn't have any manual. So this means now that when we are basic stuff, guys, after school, let me say, starting from the morning. Vuga so ubekile amanzi wena so vuka eqala ndithi vuka eqala walungisa amanzi, igiza it's up, isikhafuthina silungile okanye mhlawumbe usenze nge-previous day depending bakukuphi ke ukutya ongeke kumosheke. And then the following day mhlawumbe so ayinile the previous day, the school uniform, you wake the baby up, nana wake up every day. Ke mna guys ndiyathanda ke mna kumntwana ndimvuse minutes before, maybe 10 minutes before I actually wake her up, take her out from the bed. You understand? So that ingqondo yakhe can start to register, oh gosh, oh yes, my mind is slowly getting conscious. Remember mos xa ngaba ulala ingqondo yakho ayikho conscious, meaning uyalele uyazumeka. That's why you knock sometimes when somebody wakes you up, awuvele uyive from the word go unless you were not sleeping. So meaning xa ngaba ndivusa umntwana mvusa nana vuka, it's time for school, just repeat those sentences maybe at least for a minute or two, so that ingqondo yakhe can slowly come back to the active mind. You understand? Umvuse xa sevukile, go to the bathroom, and then ufake isikhafuthina sakhe ebhegini, and then you ask uba ngaba what are you guys going to be doing for today, and then did we finish doing the homework, and then ke uyahamba transport yamthatha okanye wena uyamdrop esikolweni, you go to work. And then when you come back, guys, the first thing you should do immediately uyolanda umntwana, whether umlanda ngemoto okanye umlanda ngenyawo okanye she has been dropped by the transport. The first thing, there is no important moment edlulisisa ezinye moment than a moment of your child getting inside that door, umjonga. Like kubalulekile to pay attention during those first few minutes umntwana wakho setting her foot back from the school. It's very important. Why? Because you'll be able to assess her psychosocially. So let me say, you'll be able to tell bala mntwana is in distress okanye mhlawumbe okay okanye she's just tired. Once you miss that, you go WhatsApp or go TikTok ubukela iTV mntwana iyangena, you won't be able to pick up the mood that umntwana wakho akuyo. You understand? So meaning now, okay guys, umbani uzohamba so we load shedding. If ring light yami yacima, I think I'll continue when it's back. So ningamangali ba i-video yami bengathi netone ezingafaniyo. Anyways, once umntwana engene phakathi uya observer, is she in a happy mood? She's exhausted just like any other child okhathele ubuya from school. She looks sad. What is going on? And then you start paying attention to her. She might be getting bullied okanye mhlawumbe somebody started doing something wrong kuye esikolweni. And let me remind you guys, abantwana, they can't just easily approach you and say, this is what has happened to me. Sometimes abantwana, they find it easy to talk when you have opened a platform, when you have made the platform might be easy for them. For an example, I'm going to come back to this point of opening a platform, but might be easy for umntwana approach, meaning be an approachable parent. This time around, I think I once shared this on TikTok. ndandawulanda umntana wam esikolweni during the aftercare sharp. Guys, the moment I stepped out of the car and set my eyes on her stepping out of the gate, I could tell, guys, but there's something wrong. This is not my child. This is not Zimi. This is not Zimi. Yes, she's not always so bubbly, but her face, yes, she looks so stressed. And the moment I asked, but Nana, what is going on? You don't look okay. Yo, guys, she just started crying very, very, very hard, guys. And never kuluma in name by the parent. I was like, oh my God, I wonder what happened. She couldn't even talk, guys. She was just so crying. And then I kept asking Zimi, what happened? What's wrong, Nana? Kwenzeke ntoni? Until omnye umntwana engicinga uba mhlawumbe bangena kunye eklasini, because his parent was also there to pick him up. And then he was at the back of the car. And then she shouted, open the window at the back and shouted and say, her balloon popped. Do you understand? And then the car was village moving away. And then that's when I got to understand, oh my God, she's so sad because her balloon popped. Which balloon, Zimi? And then I got to understand after some minutes of comforting her, oh, the teacher in the class gave her some balloon because she behaved well. Then maybe she was the best in whatever that was being done in the class. Therefore, it was just a token of saying, we recognize you, you've been such a good girl. So that balloon meant so much to her. When she was busy playing outside, the balloon popped. I don't know if maybe it fell on the grass or what, but the balloon popped. That was the situation. And guys, she was very sad. She was crying. And she needed me there. Maybe the teacher comforted her, do you understand? But because I'm the mother, she wanted to cry to umama wake. And I was happy that I was there. I was not working out of town there. I can't imagine how miserable she could have felt being fetched maybe by my friend, or by just maybe nanny, because I'm working out of town in that week. The comfort being fun in mama. Yeah, understand? So what I'm trying to say is that those few minutes, after 8 hours, spending without you, they are very important. You'll be able to pick up, but is there anything against school? Who beat you? What happened? Therefore, be there for your child's emotions. That's step number 1. And definitely, you cannot attend to your child's emotions if you cannot give attention, meaning be attentive, be an attentive parent at all the times. Be an approachable parent, meaning be an easy parent, also was approach. Don't be always grumpy. Yes, siyazi boss yakho is giving you shit emsebenzini. We know about you broke, but be approachable. Umntwana wakho, whenever I feel like there's something that she wants to say to you, be easily approachable. The parents are mama, intoni teta. That is very, very risky, guys. Ucho such a thing with that tone. First time umntwana wakho eqaba kungena emnyango. It is okay, but fine. Maybe it's not okay. But yes, like I said, they're annoying. They'll be busy calling you, mama, even if there's no need. Because you've given her food, you've been paying attention. Maybe she just want to show you, but she just made some artwork. Or maybe she just saw something on the phone. She just want to, I don't know, maybe ufumane attention yako, so maybe can look at whatever cartoons. I understand. Kids can be annoying, but pay attention. Kulo journey leyo. And then secondly, allow kids to ask questions, guys. Unfortunately, they will always ask questions. Maybe for an example, you find that maybe you're a single mother, and then this child is always curious about the whereabouts of the father. At each and every given stage, have a certain way of how you will address that situation. Because things ongazitsho kumntwana 11 years are not the very same things that you can say to a 3-year-old. So have a strategy of how you can say izinto emntwaneni. For an example, umntwana mhlambe at an age of 5 can ask me, for an example, Zim was very sad. I was the only parent who was there during the graduation. She kept on asking. So now I had to say something that is not gonna hurt her own emotions. Secondly, things that are not gonna cause resentment as the child towards the father. So the only thing that I could just say was, no man, Papa was just on duty. He was very, very busy, understand? Although he will feel like, okay, I feel like I could have been just given an explanation, you understand? But say things at a given stage You understand? Ezilingana ingqondo yomntwana, so that you won't damage the child emotionally, you won't create the wound. Already the wound is being created that there are activities that she does at school and they're not being attended by both parents as she wishes. So have a way of delivering that question. Don't avoid questions when kids ask questions, because you're making them bitter. You're making them to have questions ezingezikwazi ukuphenduleka. Have a certain and as a trend ethile responses that will give the child without wounding her and without causing resentment kuye as umntwana towards that person. So you can say something like, no, Papa is working at night, or maybe he's working, so he couldn't make it. No, Papa is working out of town. That's why he couldn't make it to town. Okay, no, Mama is busy working. That's why she couldn't come. Do you understand? So always have something. Let me say at this stage, it's more like protecting this other parent, so to not wound this child. You're protecting, in fact, in a way, I don't know, that maybe both of them in this way. As time goes on, there will be time whereby kids, they will be seeing things for what they are. Whether you say, no, the father is not here because of ABCD, kids will be seeing that, this guy is not here because he's always not here. Kids, guys, they will grow up and see izinto for the way they are. There's no need for you to inflict yonke lanto umane influence umntwana. No, kokwenu bandenza kanje nakanje. Don't say such things to kids. Just take things as they come. Uba umntwana uyabuza ba why wabe ngakhange ngenza ukuthi okanye why Papa didn't come for my birthday, in just say no, Papa was just working. As time goes on, no, this child is gonna say ba kanti this guy is always working, yena is always not there. As time goes on, especially when they now get to teen stage, now 15 years, 16, 13, 14, now they'll want the real answers, these ones, because they have the brain to think and digest. They have critical thinking. They develop izinto ezininzi. They will know, they will see. And once you give that lousy response, immediately, you know what's going to happen? They will follow up with another question, but. So at that time now, you'll be able now to give the core response. You go to no, Papa, it's been a long time. This is why kuka so. Even if you don't go deeper to the causes of why he's not in the picture, and the mother, why is the mother not in the picture, but you will just give it like that. No, I think he is always too busy to pay attention to us. He's no longer having attention for you. It's just like that. So there is always an answer that you can give at a certain stage, because at that stage, the maturity level of that child at that stage, meaning it can take A, B, C, D. And then as he get to that stage, he can take G, K, L, M, W, or whatever. Do you understand? So meaning you must go with pace yakhe lo mntwana lo. And then secondly, looking at the situation wakho, you might be unemployed, you might be having maybe less of income than izidingo zakho onazo. Put umntwana wakho in an understanding of them knowing the situation that you are in. Umama une business, umama imali akaholi qhoqhoqho. Sometimes kwezinye iveki akufani, sometimes in other weeks it's not the same. So as they grow, they get to understand ubana you don't owe them. Ubaba bahleli bekhera i5 rand esikoleni okanye 10 rands. Kids will understand, but this is the culture ekhaya. This is how things are done at home. Meaning if my mother undenzele iskaftina, this is what I'm going to be carrying at school. This is what I'm going to be spending at school. Then once in a while, when mom has money, this is how much he can afford or she can afford for me. Ubangaba and disebenze guy. Do you understand? So if my father has bought me this, it means I don't have any other teki umhlobo. You know. So in that way, you trying to train your child bangaba maize ingafili any type of force, maybe from peer pressure. They all have iteki a Nike. They all have it is Adidas. Do you understand? Unfortunately, that's the kind of a lifestyle it's sort of having those and as highlights that abantwana baphila kwixesha langoku, they kind of feel about, oh my God, now I'm expected to be having this and that. Do you understand? And another thing, after that, basics, we stick with basics so much. Yes, you bath the child. Uyamhlamba, meanwhile umhlamba, you talk about the day. How was the day? Guys, imixoxo yabantwana iyadika, iyabora. It's so annoying and boring. But please allow the kids to let them talk about the day. How was the day? it was right, Bukamoso took my pencil and this is what happened and so beat me. You know, you have to teach, okay, when somebody beats you, okay, take something like this is what you should do, maybe report to the teacher, okay, be firm and say that is mine, you know. So in other words, that in a way, during that moment of iskolo siphuma, you slowly teaching your child about social skills, do you understand, to say thank you, to appreciate when they've been given something, to also care for others, you understand. If ukubana she also gets cared for eskolweni, care for others, borrow others when they don't have something, you know. That's part of teaching the child to learn how to socialize with other kids. That is the right moment right there to teach your child. Is he or she kind of having some anger issues ezithile? Why every now and again is it because maybe she's kind of having some anger issues? Because once the child starts to have some anger issues, then it means you start teaching about makabe gentleman esikolweni, akekho umuntu obetha abanye abantwana esikolweni, akekho umuntu who must take izinto that they don't belong to them esikolweni. Understand? Feelings, therefore it means now you must reciprocate. So guys, those are the very stages apho uteacher khona amntwana umfundisa lento ofuna uba makakhule abe yiyo, umgruma uba makabe lento ofuna uba makabe yiyo, as much as there are other external forces ezikolweni. What am I talking about? The peer pressure. Lo mntwana umteachile uba apha endlini akuthiwa futheke, uzohamba afike pha esikolweni khona umntwana ongafundiswanga ngofutheke, afike evela mntwana esithi futheke, umvise esithi futheke kwabanye abantwana apha eyadini. This is your stage for you to keep on teaching and show them why a certain behavior is not good. And point, let them voice out their feelings. My child usually tells me sometimes I'm loud, she'll be busy wanting to watch something on TV and I'm making noise. Can I please keep it low sometimes? So don't be defensive, because this is not just one example. There are other things that kids may feel they are not happy about when it comes to us as parents. Listen. Even if they say, when mama you shouted at me and this is not my fault and it's not like I did it on purpose, this is what happened and when you shouted at me, apologize. Learn to apologize and learn to understand in dogabana nabantwana bane emotions, bane feelings. It doesn't mean just because when you're a parent you'll always be on the right path. Every now and again abantwana bazoskuba na ungumzali umntwana uzomheta. Be that parent that is willing to apologize every time when they are wrong. When you are wrong, you are wrong. When you have hurt your emotions, you have hurt your emotions. Sometimes there will be parents who will be doing things emntwaneni mhlamba athethe izinto umntwana bekade mhlamba emncokola zona after school sencokola kumakholane without asking the permission or without letting know the child ba I'm gonna ask mhlamba umama kaMpume ukuthi na how does she usually deal with this. You know, let your child know xa ngabe uzoncokola indaba zakhe. It doesn't matter if ukubana, for an example, I remember Zimi this other time around, I think she was having some diarrhea or something, and she ended up as moshela eskolweni. And then the teacher told me that they said, no, we just washed the trouser and everything. That's why we always ask parents to have other pair of socks or jeans to stay at school, so that if that thing happens or maybe a child gets sick, maybe they vomit, it means then they'll be able to look after the child. After that, Zimi told me about what happened. And here I am, I end up telling Londi, you know what, shame, she was not feeling okay, diarrhea. Zimi was so hurt. How can you tell Londi? How can you tell her? How can you tell her about what happened to me because I was just telling you, you know? So there are other kids, things that embarrasses abantwana, and you should always watch out for that. Don't be a bigger ego because umntana wakho in future is not going to trust you about the things that she wants to say. So that's to say, guys, there is no manual for parenting, but you learn kwasa wena. Your child will teach you how to parent her. Your child will teach you ngendlela ekufuneke enze izinto ngayo. Uzima, I remember at times maybe I'll be picking her up from school and then I'm on the phone, I'm driving, and then she'll be like, Mama, you didn't ask me about my day, you know. And then from there I learned you know what it means. When I get to school, the moment uzima engene emotweni lixesha lakhe, no time for TikTok, no time for the phone. Ndibeka ifoni ecaleni ndincokola naye as we drive from school to home. buze uba how was your day and everything, because the moment isitsho kanjalo it means uyazazi uba ufuna attention, she's crying out for your attention. So do not be a bigger person ke ngoku ke. Yes, literally you are a bigger person because you are a parent, you are a bigger person, but do not be a bigger person when it comes to emotions okanye reassuring uba umntwana wakho uyamthanda. Do not. Xa ngabe umntwana ecomplaina ngento ethile, it means she has identified indlela ethile that she's not happy about. So what am I gonna say? This is what I want to say, guys. There's no manual. The only thing that you just know yokuthi qha there are 3 types of parenting styles, and wena kuzofuneka ubone bangaba this one parenting style yiyo ekufuneka ikusebenzelile, and it will create a very healthy relationship between you as the parent nomntwana. You understand? But ke kukhona ithi psychology, kukhona overly permissive parenting style. Overly permissive ke ngulo ke ungasoza uye umntwana noba uhambile uyodlala akamazi ba udlala apho udlala nabani kweze rape zengaka. This parent won't care uba ngaba umntwana ucela ukuyo sleep over. You don't even want to find out about what kind of a family this child wants to go and sleep over it. You don't even want to try and find out uba ngaba lo mntwana yena ayo sleep over uyathi ngumngane wakhe baneminyaka emingakanani, bashiyana ngeminyaka emingakanani. Ukhona umzali okhoyo phaa kula household lo mntwana athi usleepa khona. Lo mntwana xa ufika ephethe KFC, you don't even ask uba ngaba ntombam uyithathe phi KFC, because you know exactly uba lo mntwana uhambe phaa ephethe sonke sine-peanut butter okanye sonke nepoloni and then the Oros, but lo mntwana ubuya nepizza. You don't ask as a parent uba where did she get that pizza from. You are too overly permissive. Umntwana kuyadlala udlala until late, awunamthetho wena up. You don't have rules in this house because you are too overly permissive. And umntwana wakho can slip through your fingers ke apho, alahlekele kwi-peer pressure, amamele into yasestrateni, because when you are not there as a parent, ukhona nje ngemali okanye ukhona nje ngomzimba, but you are not literally playing your part as the parent. Secondly, kube khona authoritarian parenting lifestyle, whereby apho ke authoritarian parenting ngulo ke yena kofuna uba kuhleli kumanyelwa yena qhoqhoqho. This parent will not ever want to hear out umntwana wakhe feelings zakho bazihamba kanjani. Will not hear out uba ngaba umntwana yintoni engamonwabisiyo. Akafuna ukumamela any ngcinga, any opinions, anything evisa lo mntwana ubuhlungu arhalela uba naye njengeminqweno akabe nayo naye asherishe. It's always umthetho wakhe or highway. So lo mzali onjena ke cannot be easily approached by this teenage child okanye by any child mhlambi at any given stage, because kaloku wena uyoyikeka. Wena ngulo mzali onohleli wena uhleli usoyikeka. In our days when I was in boarding school, there will be those kids ufumaniseka uba bayazi uba utata babo endaweni bayoyikwa. Those kids ufumaniseka uba utata babo umtata umfundisi. There's no particular time whereby you find yourself talking about into ethile ekutyayo, about something bothering you, because ezinye izinto they are being perceived as by it's a taboo to talk about this with your parent. Okanye wena umzali wakho sekwenza something, you cannot suggest otherwise ukuthi hayi mama, I think akukho right uba mhlawumbe singenza namhlanje because teacher said this and that, maybe we can start doing it maybe next month. And I said, Abantwana, they'll always suggest. I always take suggestion now from my 6-year-old, because I feel like if whatever we're talking about involves her well-being, therefore it means I should be able to hear out whatever that she wants to say to me. It's not about indaba yokuthi now be that person ekubana when you always talk, inflict. You don't even want to hear out your child bawufuna uthini. And then there's this authoritative parenting lifestyle. Authoritative ke na ke alright, ubeka imithetho, ubeka i-rules kodwa enengcazelo for uba why enika eziya rules. Une-punishment and uya-explaina yonke into ayenzayo ihamba ne-consequence uba uzo-explain uba why ndisenza kanje, because ndikhuze ndenza like i-parenting yakhe is so fair and it's having emotional intelligence to understand uba ngaba yes I'm a parent, yes ndimdala kulo mntu, but ndi-understand into yokubana xa ngabe ngumntwana enjalo still lo mntwana has emotions, lo mntwana has feelings. So ndifuna ukuba then ndimve uba ngaba kuphi apho ndingamnyathelanga khona. Ndingulo mzali ozoxolisa kulo mntwana, because lo mntwana xa ngaba ndenze nakanje akayithandanga laa nto, and I should say sorry mama, I didn't know. You are late esikolweni, ubambeke apho ubambeke khona, umntwana wakho udala elambile kulindile. The first thing you should do is to apologize. You cannot keep saying the nonsense, ndiyasebenza, sebenza kanzima mina kwathini. Yes, usebenza kanzima. Naye ngumntwana naye kaloku acelanga azise emhlabeni. So everything ufuna ukuyenzile, ufuna kuyenze imonwabise and uyenze uba mayingamnyatheli kona. Therefore the first thing you're gonna do if you are late at that child's match okanye a concert music, you will explain to the child and you will apologize by yo mama askisi mntanam, mama was very late, this is what happened at work, I thought that by this time I'll be able to do so, okanye my car tire burst, I had to delay mhlambe and ask a friend to come pick me up, I'm sorry nana uba I'm late. You understand? You observe and validate your child's feelings and emotions, because it means when you are an authoritative parent, meaning that's another parenting's lifestyle. So guys, that's just the basic of how to be a parent. Just be there, do chores, and at some stage, the stage whereby you'll teach child uba ngaba makenze i-chores nini. Don't make a child feel into yokubana azisolo ngoba belapha emhlabeni for doing chores lapha endlini. Ke ngokunake yena usengo-6 years sekufuneke efundile uba amanzi abekwa kanjani, mncinci laa mntwana. At any given stage, allow umntwana uba makabe le nto esi stage simvumela uba makabe yiyo. Uba ngaba sistage sivumela uba makadlale ngee-toys, let her play with toys. Uba sisi stage sithi umntwana makadlale abukele i-TV, makabukele i-TV, umfundise the educational things efuneka ezazile, umenzele ukutya, you do the laundry and everything. Uba ngaba it's just the basics, mama, after you finish eating, you take the plate, uyifaka esinkini. That's what you do. You take ifaduke and you wipe where bukatutyela khona. That is just the basics for umntwana osemncinane. As umntwana ekhula bit by bit, oh okay, wash your socks, because ishirt mhlawumbe angakwazi uyihlamba. As ekhula, oh now she's able now to wash i-underwear yakhe and socks. Now let's move, now wash the shirts. Uyakwazi ukusupervise by ishirt yakhe injani, you understand? And then as time goes on, learn to wash the dishes now, you understand? So each and every stage masibe nendlela ethile ozokwazi ukufundisa umntwana wakho ngaso. Ungahleli ufaka i-burden emntwaneni, or else umntwana uzobabhitha, umntwana hleli ekhathele because uyakonqane wawuhleli nawe wena uhleli umfakile i-burden too much. So thank you so much guys, that's all I have. Let's hope I'm not forgetting anything, otherwise there's no manual, yeah man. So